Hey, it's Monica B, creator of HeyMonicaB.com, a blooming resource on Ayurveda, and author of In Your Elements, a blooming Ayurveda guide to creating your best life. Today, we are going to talk about Vata imbalances, both how to recognize them and 5 things that you can do in your diet and lifestyle to fix them. And you might be thinking, like, what is a Vata imbalance? How do I know if I have one? I will tell you. Vata is the energy of movement in Ayurveda, and it's one of the 3 doshas. And so in our body, Vata is responsible for all movement. Vata is fast, it's irregular, it's cold, it's dry, it's light, it's mobile. And so when these energies increase in us, we can feel things like digestive problems, like constipation, bloating, cramping, distension, gases. In the mind, we can feel anxiety, we can feel like a racing mind, worry, panic, fear, insecurity, lack of confidence. Anybody feel those things? Yes, me too. We can also, Vatas tend to be like chronic multitaskers, and so they will take on all these different projects and they will not be able to finish them because there's so many. So then they also sometimes suffer from overwhelm. Anybody feels that, right? I'm overwhelmed in the comments below, and you're not alone. There are so many people that are overwhelmed because we all want to be helpful and we all want to say yes, but that can actually make us feeling terrible because we don't finish anything. So if you're feeling any of those things, I've got 5 tips for you that you can start to incorporate in your diet and lifestyle by the end of this video. And there's also a download below that's a Vata quick guide. So if you want this in a nice condensed format and more, just grab the download below after the video and you can have some of these tips to hold on to for the long term. So my first tip is 3 meals a day. So Vata dosha, like I said, is irregular. And then especially related to those digestive problems. Well, those digestive problems can even out if we actually even out our meals. Now, I know some of you out there might like to eat like 8 meals a day and munch like a snacky goat all day long. If you munch like a snacky goat, write down snacky goat below in the comments because you're also not alone with that. And but what Vata really needs is structure. And so structuring and scheduling 3 meals a day will do really well for our digestion because it knows when it can anticipate food. And it starts to even out, and that regularity begins to be created. And those bloaties, gases, and distensions actually start to even out a bit. With this caveat, make sure that your foods are warm and grounding. And by that, I mean no salads, no raw foods, no cold foods, no bubbly water, ice, all of those things that are too cold and too dry and too raw because it's a little bit too hard on our digestive fire. And that's when we'll see those digestive problems. So 3 meals a day and make sure that they're warm and grounding. Number 2 is add some structure and schedule to your day. So for example, if you have something in the morning that you do at the same time every day, and you have something in the evening that you do at the same time every day, that sets a structure. I know we're all really busy. We're racing around. We have a busy schedule. We got traffic. We have commuting. We've got groceries. We've got kids to run around. We've got demanding bosses. We've got all of these things that we're trying to balance, especially in the middle of the day. And so the easiest place to provide structure for yourself is in the morning and in the evening. So in the morning, maybe your morning routine is to wake up at the same time every day, have a glass of water, have a shower, or take your dog for a walk or a run or whatever, and then take your shower, make your kids lunch, and off you go. Maybe that's the routine. But if you're doing all those things at different times during the day, your body's gonna be like, I don't know what to expect, and it can create more of that irregularity in us, like Vata dosha already has as a quality anyway. At nighttime, maybe your shower or your bath is at night. So you turn off the computer at 9 o'clock, you go take your shower or bath, or you grab a good book, or you grab a journal, or you do a meditation, or you sit with your loved one and talk about the day. Whatever it is, have some kind of routine that's at the end of the day too. So either morning or evening, but create some kind of structure in your day so you can feel that reliability and that groundedness. Number 3 is make a small, doable to-do list. So don't give yourself like 10 things to do all day long, because you're not going to be able to finish them, and then you're going to feel like a failure, and then your confidence is going to be shot because you actually didn't complete what you really wanted to complete. So just make it easier on yourself and choose only like 3 important things that you need to do for the day. With 3 things, A, you won't forget them, and B, you will actually adhere to them and complete them, which makes you feel so much better, which builds some of that confidence that Vata is normally shaken in Vata when we feel a Vata imbalance. Number 4 is say no. When we get into situations where we're overwhelmed and we're overscheduled, a lot of it is because we said yes to those things in the first place, and we don't want to let people down. And then even worse, when we're overwhelmed, we don't want to feel like a flake by saying, no, just kidding, I can't do that, even though I already said yes. So avoid that by saying no in the first place. If it's not something you really, really love, if you're not really amped about it, just be like, I would love to, let me know next time, whether it's a volunteering opportunity or an event or something that you're just like, I can't do one more thing. You don't have to say yes. And if that's very hard for you to say no right off the bat, then build space between the request and between when you say yes or no. You can just say, you know what? Sounds great. Let me double check my calendar and I'll get back to you. Because so often we're like, yes. And then we're like, why did I say that? So just give yourself time to say, hey, I'm going to go check my calendar. I'll get back to you tomorrow and let you know if I can do it. And let that feeling sink in on whether or not you want to take on another thing. But saying no is very, very powerful to keep you from being overwhelmed. Number 5 is get high quality sleep. If we are not sleeping, we don't get the restoration, the calm, the quiet, and the darkness that our body needs, right? Vata dosha is all about the energy of movement. So if we're up for a long time, if we're doing all these things, we're moving around constantly, and we're really, really busy, even if we're just looking on the computer with our eyes, it still engages our mind, which tells our body that we're busy. Even if we're doing that, if we're not sleeping high quality with enough sleep, it's one of the fastest ways to increase Vata. So any of that anxiety, any of that worry, panic, fear, even the constipation, digestion problems can be caused by lack of sleep. To help with that, I've included a link below to another video that I did for 5 sleep tips. So just know that sleep is a thing. My one big tip for sleep here is get to bed by 10 o'clock p.m. I'm serious, because at 10 o'clock or 10:30, depending on the season, Pitta dosha energy starts. And Pitta dosha energy is the energy of transformation. And so it will keep us awake as it's transforming our food, thoughts, emotions from the day when we should be sleeping. And so if we can get to bed before that switch happens and Pitta dosha starts to get larger in nature, we will be so better off and we will sleep so much more soundly. So get good, high quality sleep. So to recap, these Vata imbalances can be helped by, number 1, 3 good meals a day. They should be warm and they should be grounding and easy to digest. No salads, no raw food. Number 2 is keep a good, reliable schedule. Create some structure in your day, whether it is eating at the same time, that goes along with number 1, or maybe it's creating a morning routine and or an evening routine. So you can build some of that structure, which Vata really, really needs. Number 3 is make a small to-do list. Just 3 little things, 3 very important things that you need to do for today. And you win, like get those done and you're so good, you win, confidence boost, and you don't feel overwhelmed. Number 4, for overwhelm, say no or build space between when you say yes or say no and the request. So you're just gonna build space in between that if you're not super confident at saying no right off the bat. And number 5 is high quality sleep. We all need really good sleep and restoration because it's one of the fastest ways to increase Vata. Now, as you put these into practice, don't try and do all 5 of them at once. That would be overwhelming, and that is not the goal here. Choose 1 or 2 that you can start to work on right away. And then as you get good at those, they become a habit, you can add some more things in. So if this served you today, give me a like, give it a share, and definitely subscribe to my channel. Let me know if I'm creating good content for you. If you have questions, post them below. If there's something specific you'd like to see, post that below as well. I invite your comments and your questions as we keep bringing Ayurveda to life. Mwah.